What is up, fellow Trojans and loyal vassals? And as you saw from the thumbnail, or from the title of the video, I just found out, literally just found out, that they're going to be releasing SH Figuarts' original manga color of Robin Mask and Warsman, and I am freaking out, like holy shit. Oh my god. You have no idea how excited I am. I was at work when I read about this news. I was like, damn, I gotta have these. And so yeah, I don't know, I'm speechless. I can't believe they're making it because what makes this even more cooler is the fact not only is it going to be the manga color, they're actually including additional heads, which the original SH Figuarts characters didn't have. And not only are they including the heads that the Rebel Mini had, which was Robin Mask and his unicorn, they're also including Warsman with his robot face, but you don't have to buy Neptune Man. But they're also including a bonus head for a Robin Mask, as he was, where he had like the wig on when he was Barracuda, when he was like brainwashing a Warsman or something like that. It's a thing of beauty, I tell you what. I can't wait. I just can't wait. September? When was the release date? I think it was September, something like that. I don't know. Oh my god. Well, I mean, now that they're coming, I guess I have no need for you guys. You know what that means, right? Just kidding. I'm just gonna put you guys aside. I apologize, but you know, the original manga colors I prefer you guys in. No hard feelings. Anyways, moving on. That was just some small bit of news, if you're interested or not. Here we have Akuma Shogun, or Devil Knight, or no, Devil Shogun, because Akuma means devil, Japanese, but Akuma Shogun sounds better. This was originally, when I first saw this guy, I thought he was going to be the end-all, be-all, last villain Kinnikuman ends up facing, but that's not the case. He's actually, oh crap. Well, he's a villain that comes after Buffalo Man. That's all I can tell you, and he's ridiculously. I mean, he's a god. He's essentially a god. This is before the scramble for the throne, where each of the princes were possessed by gods. This was the first god, Akuma Shogun, which his real identity is actually that of Goldman, and Goldman is, I believe, from another realm, where I guess gods live, or something like that. And I guess the story went where he and his brother Silverman engaged in a battle to see who was the strongest of the two, to the point where they ended up cutting each other, beating each other so bad that they ended up killing each other, with the final blow being a cut to their heads. And then Akuma Shogun's, Goldman's soul got embedded into his mask, and then the Kinnikuman tribe decided to keep the Silverman and Goldman's mask as some sort of relic to preserve for years to come. And at some point, I don't know how, but Goldman makes a deal with the devil and says, if you give me a body, I will destroy those damn idol Chojin. So Satan agrees. He gives him this, and he dons the Akuma Shogun armor. And it's essentially, there's nobody inside the armor. He has like the ability to harden his body. It's like a scale from 0 to 10. 10 being the hardest, being like, I guess, some sort of diamond thing, and 0 being he can essentially make himself like with no bones. Essentially, he's like a snake, and he can, so in that sense, you can't really get him in any kind of wrestling holds, because he just escaped by turning himself into a snake. And he also had some sort of freaking like chakra. Well, it's not chakra sealing, but it's like some sort of Trojan sealing power where he hits you in certain parts of your body, and stuff like that. And his only weakness is actually his head, which is weird because I don't remember him having a weakness. I thought his weakness was like you have to make him doubt in his abilities or something like that, and then it would show a crack in his armor. But I guess I read it wrong. But this is Akuma Shogun. And this is one of the instances where I actually prefer the anime color rather to the manga color, because in the manga color, which I never knew about until I saw an actual illustration color art of the manga of Akuma Shogun, instead of silver, he actually has all red, metallic red, and that would not have looked as cool as this. I prefer this. This looks way cooler, the silver armor. Nice and clean. Aesthetically, the only complaint I have is his, right here, his deltoid and biceps. They don't really look as clean as I want them to be. I kind of wish they used like a... I'll show you this example. This is a Soldier Man. I mean, no, not... Why do I keep calling you Soldier Man? Kinnikuman Man Soldier. I see how his biceps and his deltoids look way cooler than Akuma Shogun, in my opinion. There's just more detail going on in this one. But to be fair, Kinnikuman Man Soldier did come out later on. Put you back. And Akuma Shogun came out first before him, so they didn't really have time to give him a new kind of musculature. And he looks damn good. And his, in terms of articulation, it's actually somewhat interesting, certain aspects of how they did it. He is somewhat limited. I guess I might as well show you. Limited in the hair. The head on mine is actually really loose. Normally this would be a big problem, but because his hair is kind of like big and bulky, it kind of gets in the way, and this is actually a good thing, and kind of like gets in the way, and it prevents his head from wobbling all over the place, so I guess that's a good thing. His hair is actually on a peg. It's actually pegged into his head, so you can move it side to side, and it is on a hinge. His head is on a ball joint. It is loose again, but it doesn't really matter because the hair kind of prevents it from wobbling all over the place. These hair pieces are actually connected to his neck piece, and they're actually separate, or they're actually movable. I just found out about this. I didn't know they were movable. I don't know if that does anything, but that's interesting. The bottom of the neck is actually on a ball joint itself. You can't really look. Well, no, you can get quite a bit of range. It's only when he tries to look up, but pretty clean. His shoulders is actually the most interesting part, because there's actually a hinge right there. You see that? It's right there. It's quite hidden, and it actually allows him to stretch out his shoulders farther apart than he normally would. Because if he didn't have that feature, he would not have been able to get his shoulders as far across his chest as he could, which again is that's just pretty cool. Look at that. I mean, it looks weird from certain angles, like from the back, like that, but you know, that's the sacrifice you got to make to give him articulation. But he has that butterfly effect where you can get it across his chest. There's ball joint underneath the shoulder piece, and right there, hinged. No bicep cut, but he does have the elbow right here, and he does have it anatomically correct as an actual arm or elbow should move from side to side. And I apologize if you hear like some kids outside. The window's open and they're like playing outside or something. Anyways, that's besides the point. He's got the ball hinge or ball hinge peg thing on the wrist, typical stuff. Also, I didn't mention this, but it kind of sucks that he doesn't have any musculature in the chest or lower abdomen area, but this is supposed to be armor, so that makes sense. For a big guy, he can arch his back. Way impressive. Look at that. That's probably one of the most unique features all the SH figuarts Kinnikuman figures have. They can arch their backs way far. Not so much for a crunch. I kind of wish they can crunch their bodies more than they can arch, but there's that. These little pieces are actually on a separate two points of articulation, I believe. And right there is the ball joint, and this is actually a hinge, so you can't actually move this independently. It's only slight. And again, this is actually, it's only when I'm having it in this angle, this little piece is actually loose to that. But when you have it like that, it actually doesn't move at all. So that's kind of weird. I don't know why that's a thing. There's that, and he can really, this is some typical SH figuarts ball joint. What's really impressive, look how far he can, I don't know, that's just impressive to me because he's a big guy, and he has quite a bit of flexibility, so that's really impressive. And he has double jointed knee at the thingamajig. Sorry, I'm kind of in a hurry because I gotta be somewhere. But and he's got a a hinge at the foot, and you can move it side to side like that. Impressive stuff, Mr. Akuma Shogun. You know what's interesting, I always thought, is why he has this thing at the top of his head. It kind of looks like he has a bump underneath it, or he got a bump on his head. I don't know, that's kind of funny to me. Moving on, let's get you in position here. I'll show you what it comes with. He came with 2 pair of blades, and this was actually part of one of his attacks where he would attach them to his wrist, and he would spin around or something like that. But he comes with these 2 blades that you attach right there. So I'm a little nervous. I don't want to do it on camera now, but these little pegs that connect to them are actually really tiny. See that? That's what you're supposed to connect it to. There's a hole at on his wrist, and you're supposed to connect it on it, and it's very tiny. I mean, it does its job. You can't really it's not really loose, surprisingly, but it's very nerve-wracking because it is tiny, and I don't want to break it. It's something to be cautioned about. He came with this piece. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. He comes with a cape, and I cannot for the life of me find where I put the box because I left his cape in his box, and I can't find it because I got too many figure boxes. But I do have it, and unfortunately I could not find it. But believe me, it does look cool. I mentioned it because he does have a hole. I don't know if you saw. He has a peg at the back, and I believe that's where the cape is for. And there's this thing, and I cannot really confirm or what this is for. I only have two guesses. This is either for one to give him more range of motion at his neck, because this is actually much this is a collar for his neck. See, kind of like it looks way smaller than that one, so I can only assume this may be to give him a little bit more range of motion at the neck. Either that or it's for the cape, to give the cape some room. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't find my cape to confirm that. And he comes with a second head, which is actually they tried their best to make it look like he's in distress. You see he has sweat marks, and his eyes are actually slightly different than his actual eyes. See if I can show you. His eyes on this one are actually more slanted and meaner, whereas in this one he has slight curvature, especially on this eye. See that? It's only slight, but it does its job. And he came with 3 sets of hands with those 2 closed fists, and let me see, these relaxed palm hands, which are on hinges themselves. And he came with 2 grabbing hands, and unfortunately, this is very, very unfortunate. This hand would not stick on the ball joint on that. It's like loose. Let's see if I can show you real quick. Weep. Now watch this. See that? There's literally no like snap when I peg it in. See that? I'm not even trying. Look at that. And even if I try and go further in, nothing. See that? So that sucks. That really sucks, actually. So I will probably end up buying a second one, not to keep in the box, but to take out, or at least take out his hand and see if it would fit on this guy. If not, I'm still gonna keep the second one. But there's that. Yeah, I believe that's everything. This is a really cool figure. As a villain, he's definitely the coolest looking. Doesn't get a good look at him. God damn. Nice and clean. It's a little difficult, I will admit, doing certain kind of some of his techniques are a little difficult to pull off, and but once you get it going, he does look good in certain poses. But yeah, that is Akuma Shogun. I can't wait for the SH Figuarts manga color Robin Mask Warsman. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Alright, see you later.